And yet, some of the pastors down there, when we started the seminary, no, my kids are not going to study about the things of God. No, sir, I know they're going to be people of importance in the world. Become important in the world. What you have there? What is that? This is life eternal, which you know God. If you want to take a little bit better picture of it, you can look into Corinthians. Where he talks about wood, hay, and stubble, you remember? And gold and silver and precious stones. 1 Corinthians, 3rd chapter. Other foundation can no man lay that is laid, that is Jesus Christ. If any man build upon this foundation gold, that's the nature of God, that's knowing God. Silver, that's redemption. Precious stones, that's the works of the Holy Spirit. Or wood, that's humanity. Hay, that's what's cut down, fed to animals. Stubble, that's what's left over after the grain is gone, gets burned up. Every man's work shall be made manifest, the day shall declare it. If any man's works abide, that built, he shall receive a reward. It shall be revealed by fire. That's what's right. If any man's work shall be burned, he shall suffer loss. He himself shall be saved. Note that. We're not talking about losing your salvation, but yet so as by fire. When a man escapes out of a burning building, what does he escape with? Nothing. I remember a hotel fire right across a church fire when I was a boy. People were wrapped up in a sheet. It broke out in the middle of the night. That's all they had. You know what I mean? I'd like to get to heaven that way. That's what it says. So as by fire. They'll be saved, but that's the way they'll come in. Not with gold, silver, and precious stones.
Sorry, what was the precious stones representing again?
The works of the Holy Spirit.
Oh, I thought. What was silver?
Redemption.
And the hay?
The what?
Hay cut down.
Hay?
Yeah.
It's that which has been cut down and given to the animals. Sowed in the earth and cut down.
Gold. This gold.
Gold, the nature of God. In other words, you see that you can have all of that. But when you're through, what you have? What is it? Because our life is just a little while, fine, gone. And so that's why Paul said, he said, I count everything but loss just to know God. He didn't say to build many churches. He didn't say to raise up big works. He didn't say to have a wonderful work tending to the needs of man like Mother Teresa. You know what I mean? He said, just to know God. I count everything but loss. That's all I want. You say, well, then we just sit there and learn to know God. No, because by revelation, first of all, and second of all, I do what I do, not to win souls, not to heal bodies, not to anything. I do it because I'm told to. Obedience. If I'm told to do something, I do it. What God does, God does. If He heals somebody, He does. I don't. If He saves them, He does. I don't. If He delivers them, He does. I don't. Maybe He speaks a word of deliverance through my lips, but I don't do any delivering. See what I mean? It's not mine. People think, oh, in ministry they have so much. No, they don't have anything. I never saved one soul. I never healed one body. It's not mine. There's no great spirituality in being a minister. was his name, head of salvation, William Booth. He had a dream, or a vision, whichever, that impressed him very deeply and changed his concepts. He, in his vision, he was taken to heaven. He was shown some of the most beautiful mansions. And he'd asked, well, who is this one? They told him, but he never heard of the people. This one, never heard of him. This one, never heard of people he never heard of. Then he went, that told him another street, and then down to a place where there were just little shacks. Just little shacks. Oh, who's this one? And they gave a name of a very well-known minister and a well-known worker and a person that had done great works. And all these shacks where those people were. All the well-known people of earth. And then he came back into the beautiful place, and he said that the last one he showed him was a beautiful mansion. It was glorious. Whose is this one? Oh, that's that woman that gave 2 mites. And he said, everything is reversed. Everything is reversed. See, we think all these great workers for God. Work for God all you want to, but if God doesn't do the work, you ain't got anything. You don't have anything. And if God does do the work, it's still not yours. You didn't do it. Well, then, what's the use of working? None. But there's tremendous importance in obedience. We just do what we're told to do. God chooses to use it, fine. If he chooses not to use it. I'm so glad he didn't call me like he did Ezekiel, or like he did Jeremiah. Go preach to these people, they won't hear you. You won't have any success, you won't have anybody converted, but go ahead, spend your life preaching to them. Or like Noah, preach 100 years, not one convert. It would be a bit discouraging. We gauge a person's preaching, but how big is your church? That's the first thing.
Yeah. What about Jonah? What about Jonah?
Jonah?
Yeah.
Well, he was disobedient. So he had a very unhappy experience. He finally got obedient, though. Being dealt with a bit. And so the whole purpose really is knowing God. That's what we're here for. And there's several keys to that. One is obedience, incidentally. But drawing near to God and waiting before God, spending time with him when you'd have the time, putting God first in all things. As I said before, the more I open myself up to the love of God, you share things in love. He'll reveal himself. He'll reveal himself in so many different ways. Sometimes just an experience will show you a lot about God. But it's so vast, he's so great, so infinite. We'll be learning about God all eternity. This is life eternal, to know God. The angels are still learning, and they've been around thousands of years, maybe millions for all I know. And so this is what we're called to. That's what we want to bring in every way God gives us to bring it to the people here or the people we visit. That's what we really want. We're not aiming for how many people can get saved. We're not aiming for how many people get healed or how much power can be manifested. We use anything God gives us to use, but that's not our purpose.